So you have Parker, Colorado on your mind, and you're considering a move here either from within the state of Colorado or from somewhere outside of our area, and you're curious to know what living in Parker might be like. Some of the good, some of the bad, yins and yangs, if it's going to be the right fit for you. Well, stick around because I'm going to unpack all of that coming up next. Welcome back, everybody. If this is your first time visiting my channel, my name is Bill Knapp and I'm a residential realtor servicing the entire Denver metro area. And I produce these videos as a way to help give some ideas and context if you're considering a relocation or a move within the Denver metro area. This will hopefully give you some ideas of what you can expect from wherever you're coming from to wherever you're looking to go. I'm getting reach outs from a lot of people, either via call, text, or email, and I'm happy to go over any kind of questions you may have. I'm also happy to jump on a video chat, so if that might be helpful for you, I would love to be of service. My contact information will be listed below. Simply reach out and we can set something up, a time to chat, and I can get you going from there. On to the focus of today, which is going to be the suburb of Parker, Colorado. And if you're not familiar with Parker, it is a suburb area located in the southeastern corner of the Denver metro area, located roughly about a half an hour or so from Highlands Ranch and Aurora, DTC, and Littleton. And if you want to get down to downtown Denver, it's about 40-ish minutes or so, give or take, depending on traffic. Now, if I were to describe Parker in a nutshell, I would say it is a little bit of Midwestern Americana meets Colorado. It has a small town-ish feel with amazing communities, but it also is unique in the respect that you can find something new and exciting on each corner. With that in mind, let's jump into my very first pro and best thing that I like about the Parker area, and that is the community. The actual sense of community of Parker is really hard to nail down in words. I typically describe it as a tight-knit community where you know your neighbors, neighbors know you. You have your privacy, but it's also a lot of opportunity to get out and meet other people from in and around the area. The Parker location is pretty wide and expansive, but the neighborhoods are pretty well compartmentalized into each little location. So part of the charm about this is you can feel safe going out in the early mornings for walks or late evenings to do stuff with, walking kids or hanging out or long walks with the dogs. And you may know somebody as you're walking around and feel completely at ease because this whole area kind of looks out for itself like you would expect in that small town feel. Aside from the neighborhoods, as soon as you exit your individualized neighborhood, you can find access to recreation centers, miles and miles of trails. And also a unique feature that's only exclusive to this Parker location is that the northern portion is actually pretty well built out from the 1980s to present day, residential homes and some commercial buildings. But Parker contains areas that have lots of acreage, being like a half an acre to an acre, well, 1 or 2 acres plus. And we also have equine parks in the southern and southeastern areas of Parker, making it kind of a one-size-fits-all for whatever your lifestyle is, whether you're coming in from the true Midwest or from the farmlands, or you're moving here from the city and you want something a little bit more small neighborhood. This area will probably have what you're looking for. Now, building off of the community and keeping with that Americana feel, let's jump into the schools. And the school district is going to be the Douglas County School System, which is a top-rated school system for the entire Denver metro area. And the schools inside of Parker have lots of them that are ranked in the highest echelon for school rankings in the entire state. Meaning there's something here for whatever your kids' needs might be, whether it's a magnet school, charter school, public school, religious school. Take your pick. Parker is probably going to have it and have excellent amenities to make sure that your kiddo gets a great education. In addition to the schools being amazing, the school facilities are also amazing. These facilities are insane. They're enormous with brand new tracks and AstroTurf fields and access to regional parks like Challenger Regional Park with lots of amazing amenities on the rec center, different kinds of multi-purpose sporting fields, high-end lighting. And if those two first pros about living in the area weren't enough, let's keep going with how convenient it is to actually be a resident of the Parker area and go into the details on how the urban planning was done. This whole community was actually laid out really smartly, really well, with good roads, good access, and good metering on all the different traffic lights. Whatever you're looking for, whether it's an independent restaurant or if it's a chain restaurant or if you need a creature comfort like a Super Target or a Sprouts or a Costco, Parker is going to have it, and it'll be really close to most of the neighborhoods. With the caveat, if you move into the southern portion of Parker, there's not a whole lot of commercial development there just yet, but it is in process. It will be there eventually. So keeping that in mind, Parker is quite spread out. And with that, you can drive from one neighborhood to the next and figure out whether you're gonna need to get something quick for dinner, or you need to make a convenient stop, or you need to go to the hardware store, or if you're an equestrian person, jump over to Murdoch's for some tackle and tack. It's all very conveniently structured and very easy to get to in and around the Parker location. Even more convenient once you're inside of Parker is the fact that they have amazing amenities as far as water parks, outdoor pavilions for summer concerts right next to their Pace Center. They have H2 O'Brien Water Park right next to downtown Main Street, which is probably one of my favorite locations of Parker. It's very quaint. It has these amazing antique style like old street lamps. That and the Main Street area is a hub for the farmers markets. They have outdoor barbecue competitions in the summer. It's also right next to a public park, which leads over to the water park again. So that is kind of the central, I guess, the heartbeat of the Parker location, if I had to put a name on it. Now with anything, with the good, there's always some of the less good. And in Parker, there's not really a lot of negative things that I can say about the area, but there are a few things that are pretty obvious. So I'm just gonna go ahead and call them out. And the first one is gonna be the cost of housing and the cost of living in Parker. Housing in Parker is actually really good. It's a pro, it's diverse, and there's a lot of different homes you can pick from large established luxury to very luxury homes like $11 million plus, to entry level being condominiums and townhomes. There's some brownstones, lots to pick from. The con is the cost. The average cost in Parker as of shooting this video is $666,000. Also with that cost, the plot sizes of the homes in Parker are not necessarily all that large. Some are quite big, like depending if you're on a cul-de-sac or a semi-cul-de-sac, or if you back to a green space, you may have a very sizable yard. But for the majority of homes, especially some of the newer built ones, they're trying to pack in homes as much as possible because Parker is so desirable, and those parcels are getting smaller and smaller. So if you want a larger size yard, you're probably going to be looking at something in that $660,000+ category. Another drawback about the Parker area, which could arguably be a positive as well, will be the actual location itself. Some people love the location because it's a bit removed from the city. You're farther to the south, you're farther to the east, it's private, it's community based. But with that, you are also farther to the south and farther to the east, and there's only really two major ways to get into the Parker area: I-25 north and south, and E-470 to the east and west. I-25 is free, but it is a highway and it gets congested at the usual times for commutes. 470 is going to be a toll route, so you can have a bit more speed to get home, but you're going to be paying for it with your toll passes. With that, a lot of the side roads coming in and out of the Parker area tend to get congested because there's 3 or 4 major roadways coming in, and those are the same ones going out, which means the flow of traffic at any given time, middle of the day is not too bad, but during the peak times, it can get backed up. Along the lines of the location being a bit of an issue, it's also going to add to your commute time. So for your general reference, if you're going from downtown Parker on the northern end to downtown Highlands Ranch directly to the west, your drive time with no traffic at all will be approximately 20 to 25 minutes. With traffic, it's a half an hour. So if you take that in relation to getting from Parker to the mountains, that's an additional 1 full hour round trip based on your location where you are in Parker. So you have to take that into consideration. See if being a little further down to the south is going to be your fit, or if you prefer to be closer into the city. And the last thing that I'll say about the location, this is kind of a give or take, some people don't mind it. You are in a flight path for Centennial Regional Airport, and this is heavily used for like the Broncos fly in and out, private charter planes go in and out, and then also any kind of politicians. It's an irregular schedule. It's not as heavily trafficked as like DIA, but it does have a lot of flights coming in and out, and your home could be directly below a flight path, which will bring obvious noise. Also, there is a major transmission line route that runs through the northern end directly across Parker, and it is huge. You can see it for miles. So for resale value, if you move your home or if you buy a home in that location, you may have to wait a little bit longer to get that home to sell. So It's kind of give or take. It's up to you if that's your preference, but definitely something that I see as a drawback for the location. And the last thing I'll say about Parker that I feel is a bit of a drawback, which is kind of indicative about being a suburb community, is the lack of nightlife. There is not going to be a lot of places open beyond 10:30 or 11 o'clock at night. It is a quiet, relaxed, working professional, family-oriented, retirement, easygoing suburbs. That said, if you are the younger crowd or the outgoing, louder party crowd, probably not going to be your fit. That said, it does stay open late enough where you can get amazing food with amazing drink and hang out, have a glass or two of wine and catch an Uber home if you need to, or walk a walking trail back home because it is perfectly safe there. The good thing I do want to leave you with about the Parker area is that it is ever expanding with some new construction projects currently going on and new ones planned for the nearby future, including a new Whole Foods going in on the northern end of town and new communities being built on the south end of town. So if you want to get into the Parker area, your chances are actually quite good because even in a tight housing market like we have currently, there are going to be homes coming available. Anyway, that's what I have for the Parker location. Hopefully this was helpful for you. As I mentioned at the very beginning, I am a residential realtor for the area. I'd love a chance to see about talking with you to see if I can help. If you just want general questions answered as well, I will leave my contact information below. Feel free to call, text, email. If you want to jump on a video chat with me via Google Meet or Zoom, I'm happy to do so and see if maybe working together is going to be a great fit. So thank you so much as always for sticking around to the end. I appreciate it. Do me a favor also, make sure that you like and subscribe, hit the bell notification if you get the chance. It really helps me out in getting these videos to rank so other people can learn about these locations. And I will see you all on the next one. Cheers.